for another Thursday night. Just looking to inspire you and educate you on how to actually feel good in motherhood. And tonight we are going to discover how to really harness your endorphins, which will just help you overcome some emotional challenges that might come during this holiday season and just make it easier for you to find the joy and peace that's meant for you right now. So if you're feeling this storm of emotions maybe beneath the surface, and maybe you're reaching for ways to numb that pain or just push through, then you're in the right place. That's what we're talking about tonight. You're actually meant to savor these moments right now during this holiday time and feel the warmth and the happiness that the holidays can actually bring. Like, you're meant for that. So if you don't know me, I'm Lindsay Marie, and after 6 years of navigating the exhaustion, the overwhelm, just the irritability that often comes with motherhood, I discovered finally a natural and sustainable way to overcome it. So now I tell every mom I know, as a mental health nutrition coach, how to really shift from barely surviving to truly thriving by rebuilding your brain's natural feel-good system. So before we get too far into this tonight, a little housekeeping. One, I am here every Thursday night at 8:30, so I want to educate you, I want to inspire you about what it takes to feel good, regardless of what's going on around you, okay? You're designed to feel good, and I want to share with you how that's possible. So share this group with your mom, friends, just so they can join the discussion and also be inspired to start feeling good in motherhood. And for anybody who's joining me tonight for this discussion live, I'm giving away a private call to one person with myself, something that is normally only reserved for paying clients. Like, I don't have an appointment calendar. I don't give away free calls. Like, coming to these discussions and participating is your way to just have a chance to talk to me about what's really impacting your mood, what's impacting your motherhood journey the most, and together really chart out some steps that you can take forward to just move forward. So this isn't just a conversation. This certainly isn't a sales call. It's truly a personalized opportunity to uncover some solutions that will really resonate with where you're at in life right now and what you're struggling with and how to just make it feel better. So the holiday season, like why are we talking about holidays and our heart? It just has a unique way of stirring up this whirlwind of old feelings. Sometimes for some people, it's like opening that old book of memories and emotions. And sometimes it's full of smiles and full of warmth and joy and peace, but also oftentimes that we don't like to talk about as much, but that's what we do here. We talk about what might be a little taboo, is it brings up this sense of loss or this sense of longing for something that was, right? And so how many of you find yourself just like reminiscing about past relationships during these times? It's almost like you're going through like a breakup feeling all over again. In some cases, they can just remind us of old friends, old relatives, old relationships, and we miss them, or we miss traditions that have changed and how things used to be, right? It's just a bittersweet nostalgia sometimes, and it touches all of us in one way or another this time of year. So many of these feelings from the past can be painful, right? In some way, and that's normal. And when we encounter these emotions, our first instinct might be to just reach for something to numb that pain. Maybe you want to take this easy, like overindulge. There's holiday treats everywhere, so I'm just going to overindulge and numb the pain. Or maybe I'm just going to hide. I'm going to isolate myself for the next few weeks or the next month, or perhaps you're just going to fall back into a bad habit that you thought you had overcome, but just the feelings of this holiday make it hard to stay true to whatever it is you thought you overcame. And this is all normal, but it doesn't have to be this way. What I want you to know is that it's okay to feel this. It's really part of being human in that human experience. But the key is to not let these feelings of the past dictate how you're going to experience this holiday season this time. So instead of numbing these emotions, we can acknowledge them and learn from them and find healthy ways to cope through them. And my favorite coping tool, what we're talking about tonight, is our natural pleasure engine, the endorphins. That's what we'll talk about tonight. So let's be real, for anybody watching and participating tonight, if you participate, you get put in a drawing for a free one-on-one call with me. We're going to talk about what's bugging you the most about your mood and motherhood and what to do with it. So let's be real for a second. What emotions or moods are more prominent for you during the holiday season? Yeah, maybe it's joy. Maybe it's just happiness and you feel great during this time. But for many people, you might feel a bit of sadness. So just be real. It's okay. Whatever it is these holiday seasons bring up. I'm curious how you truly feel, and maybe you don't know. Maybe you haven't really let yourself feel it, right? So it's okay if you don't have an answer, but just think about what is truly your emotion. Like, if nobody was trying to tell you how to feel during the holiday seasons, like, how do you really feel about this season? So, healthy ways to cope with these tricky emotions, these difficult emotions. So, endorphins, right? Endorphins are our body's natural painkillers. They help relieve physical pain, they help relieve emotional pain, and really by just reducing that perception of pain. And it's acting similarly to a drug like morphine or codeine, but without that risk of addiction, without that dependence on a drug, right? Because we were designed to depend on these endorphins, right? We were designed to depend on them to help us dull the pain. They do also produce this sense of joy and euphoria. Like, often you feel them if you're exercising. Your endorphins might be a little excited for just a little while. It's short-lived because it's really only while you're exercising, so it's not super sustainable. But that feeling, that high that you can get when you're exercising is very much related to the endorphins that are playing around in your body. They also play a role in those feelings of love and bonding and connection and just feeling comfort with your loved ones. These are all endorphin related feelings. So when your endorphins are firing like they should, all of these pleasurable feelings just come naturally. They can flip on and off like a switch when you need them. So on the contrary, when your endorphins are running on empty, you become really susceptible to the physical and emotional pain. You're really sensitive to it. The pain is more intense, or your emotional baggage just doesn't want to let go of its grip on you, right? That's how it feels when your endorphins are low, when that engine isn't working very well. You might easily react to situations that most people don't. Like, man, like, I just cried at that TV commercial. How did you not cry at that TV commercial? Well, because my endorphins are supporting me, and your endorphins might be a little low if you're crying at that TV commercial. Some of them really do make you cry, but a lot of them, not every commercial needs to make you cry. Or maybe you're just tearing up and like saying things like, I don't know why I'm crying. This is such a silly thing to be upset about. I shouldn't be crying. I don't really want to be crying. Why am I crying? Really, that's a lack of that natural pleasure-inducing endorphin, and it can lead to those external sources of comfort and pleasure. So they manifest themselves as like cravings. You might be craving a certain substance like food or alcohol or drugs when the endorphins are not firing like they should. Or you might be engaging in behaviors that provide like a temporary sense of reward, or just a way to numb the pain. You're doing something to numb the pain, like maybe scrolling on your phone, right? Like, are you doing that to numb the pain? And if so, it might be firing your endorphins, and that's why you're doing it. Or excessive exercise, like you're exercising but maybe too much, like you just aren't stopping, because if you stop, then you feel too much, so you want to numb that pain. Or self-harm or pornography. All of these things can be deeply rooted in the fact that your endorphins are low. So just searching for all those external sources of comfort and pleasure. So have you noticed any times when you feel like unusually emotional or sensitive, tearing up easy over small things? Are you resonating with any of this low endorphin symptoms? I want to know in the comments. And remember, if you comment, if you participate in the discussion, you go into a drawing for a free one-on-one consult with myself. This is not a sales call. We are really talking about what it is that's bugging you most about your mood and motherhood and what we can do about it next. Okay. So how do we get this pleasure engine running like it's meant to run? The secret to effectively fueling that engine is inside of the protein that we eat. So, yep, we eat protein for energy and to build muscles, but we are really also eating protein to build up our happiness and to support our mood and to just feel good. Protein serves a lot of roles. And when you consume protein, you're taking in amino acids, which are the essential fuel for your pleasure engine. It doesn't have fuel if it doesn't have amino acids. And where you get amino acids? Protein. It's very important that you're eating protein like every 3 to 4 hours. And it's not just about fueling your endorphins. When you eat the protein, you're supporting all 4 of your feel-good engines, which includes not only your pleasure engine, but your happy engine, your energy engine, your relaxation engine. They all need protein. Mama, eat protein every 3 to 4 hours. It's the simplest thing you can do to start feeling better. To rev up your pleasure engine, to give yourself a little boost here and there. Like I said before, you can work up a good sweat. Do some exercise, right? That gets it gets your endorphins going in the moment. So like if you're feeling really low and you're feeling some of those symptoms that I talked about before with the low endorphins, exercising can be a way to just get you out of that funk, in that moment. Or how about giving somebody like a hug? You really got to give somebody a hug. And when you hug somebody longer, the more likely it is that the endorphins are going to be firing. So you're in that mode. You just need to get out of that funk. Give somebody a hug, or tell your kids, yes, I will cuddle with you for as long as you need right now, because I also need cuddles, right? Do some cuddling, do some hugging, and really don't forget even the power of laughter, right? The power of laughter is great. Just watching a comedy, right? Find something, some show or some movie that makes you laugh and watch it. If you're finding yourself in this valley and you want to flip the switch, do some of these things and just let yourself laugh, let yourself be connected to somebody for that just instant mood booster for a moment. So these activities, along with the protein in your diet, can really help stabilize your mood. And one thing I didn't say about the protein is not only is it fueling those feel-good engines, but it's also stabilizing your blood sugar. It's balancing your blood sugar, because when your blood sugar is out of balance, you are an emotional roller coaster. Yes, you are. So you want to be eating enough protein to keep your blood sugar stable. So protein is just magic, all right, in supporting your mood, and you get to eat more of it. Like I said, every 3 to 4 hours. Now, for many of us, especially mamas, we might find ourselves chronically depleted, okay? We're always giving ourselves, it literally depletes our buckets, including our endorphins. And in that case, sometimes just eating protein or just changing some of these daily routines just isn't enough. Why? Because you're chronically depleted. Your body needs more help to get your pleasure engines actually fueled up. So think of it like the gas tank in your car. Like if you run out of gas and you just put like $2 worth of gas in it, which isn't even a gallon of gas, you're good for a while. Like I can make it home, but not much more than that, right? So you really need a full tank if you want your car to run well for a long time. And so likewise, you can eat some protein and you can feel good like the moment it's digested and firing that pleasure engine. But if the tank was empty to start with and you just ate a little protein, it's like going to take so long to fill that back up, right? So just eating protein might not do the trick. So this is where vitamins and minerals come into play. They're actually very crucial for digesting protein and taking what's in the protein and getting that pleasure engine to fire. There's like tons of science behind this, right? That your body's doing to that protein to get the maximum benefit out of it. But sometimes even that's not enough, right? Sometimes it's so depleted that we need to directly supplement your body with amino acids, like over-the-counter amino acids, to provide your body that quick, efficient fuel that it needs to start feeling better faster. That's a lot of times just the best way to just get her done, so that you can do the other things with more ease because you're better at tolerating the stress when those things are firing. So this holistic approach to your endorphins and all of your feel-good engines is really something that I empower moms with in the Feeling Good in Motherhood program. It's really about, oh my gosh, I'm going to be fine. But you know when you, yeah, have that tickle, it won't go away. The beauty of live, Facebook Live. I'm not going to die. It's okay. Anyway, so this holistic approach that I'm talking to you about, where you need the vitamins and minerals and you need sometimes some more amino acid support. Not the protein's just not enough, right? There's a holistic approach to get the right nutrients in your body to get these systems firing like they're supposed to fire. And that holistic approach is really what I empower moms with in the Feeling Good in Motherhood program. It's about understanding your body's needs and responding with food, of course, but also the right kind of nutritional support in order to make sure that food's digested well and it's really going to fire your engines the way that it's meant to. So, wondering if you've tried integrating more protein in your meals. If you've watched me on these lives, this is almost always the number one thing takeaway. So, have you done it yet? Have you integrated it more into your life? And are there any other simple mood boosting activities like exercise or watching a comedy, a favorite show you have? What are the things that you're doing in this moment, whether it's during the holidays or not, to really lift your spirits and get those endorphins firing for a moment when you might be feeling a little low? So, as clear as I try to be about all of these feel-good engines and what they do in our body. For one, you just don't catch me every week. You don't catch every one of these videos. So it's just not always straightforward. As simple as I make it, it's not always straightforward, like understanding our mental health and why we're feeling the way we are. So oftentimes we just can't pinpoint the why, right? And then we don't know what to focus on because I can't pinpoint why I'm feeling this way. So this is where the mood checkup comes into play. It's designed to assess the levels of all your feel-good engines, including your pleasure engine, which we've talked about tonight. It's more than just an assessment. It's really looking into your mental health. It's looking at all of these symptoms about how you feel, and it's providing insights into which of your engines are running on empty. And once you know which engines are running on empty, it's way easier to pinpoint the root cause of why everything seems to be out of control right now. So it doesn't just leave you with that information either. It offers actionable tips, like I gave you a few of them tonight for your endorphins, that you can actually start implementing right now to support these engines. So, for instance, if your mood checkup reveals that your pleasure engine's running low, it will give you simple daily habits that can enhance your endorphin levels. So the ones that I told you tonight, plus there's probably a dozen other ideas just for endorphins when you take the mood checkup. And it acknowledges that like we're all unique. The mood checkup is seriously custom. So when you fill it out, you are going to get like your own graph of like this is what my engines look like right now, and helps you navigate through the document, through the mood checkup to really take control of your mental health and start filling up those tanks the way that will work for you and begin feeling better in a way that will work for you, because there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. So it's really my attempt at showing you where exactly you should be starting when it comes to supporting your mental health. So if you're feeling curious about where your feel-good engines stand and you really want to take a proactive step toward feeling better, then take the mood checkup. It's at moodcheckup.rebuildyourbrain.net. And it's a step toward understanding yourself better and making positive changes that are actually going to make you feel better. You're going to see like, oh yeah, my pleasure engine is the lowest, but maybe it's not. Maybe your lowest engine is your relaxation engine, and that's actually why you're having a hard time getting through the season. And then it's going to give you ideas on what can I do to support my relaxation engine. So just take the mood checkup, for goodness sakes, to really understand the root cause of what's going on, which is really all about stress tolerance, right? When these feel-good engines are running the way that they're supposed to be running, we can tolerate stress. Right? And when we can tolerate stress, guess what happens? Every system in our body starts to calm down, right? Not just our stress tolerance, not just our mind, but when we can calm down our mind and really calm down all of these demands that are coming at us from motherhood and learn how to tolerate that stress, guess what? Our adrenals calm down, our thyroids heal, our hormones balance, right? So we can try all those things, but if we don't get this part right first, if we don't learn how to tolerate stress first, then we're just spinning our wheels. So figure out where to start by taking the mood checkup. So quick recap. First, if you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Again, anybody who comments, anybody who answers any of the questions throughout the live gets put into a drawing for a one-on-one call with me. And I just love to know one simple change. What's one simple change you're going to make now, today, or tomorrow? I mean, it's pretty late. You should probably go to bed and take care of yourself. Now that you understand the role of endorphins in your mental health, what are you going to do different? What are you going to do different? Let me know in the comments. And just a quick recap for those that didn't catch the whole thing. The holidays can stir up this whirlwind of emotions, right? And we can choose to hide. We can choose to fall into bad habits. We can choose to just push through it, numb the pain, however it is, or we can choose to cope with it in a healthy way. And the way that I know we have inside of each of our bodies to deal with it in a healthy way is through our endorphins. They're the feel-good system designed as your natural pain reliever, whether that's physical pain or emotional pain. It's there to help us through the pain. Okay, when it's running well, it's really easy to bond and connect and feel comfort and pleasure in life and feel all those good holiday feelings. But when it's running on empty, it's really easy to get emotional over really trivial things or carry around this emotional baggage for far too long, okay? And in order to fuel those endorphins long term, you need to fuel them with amino acids, which is naturally found in protein. You can also incorporate daily routines like cuddling or laughing, but if you're running on empty, a little protein and cuddles are only going to get you so far. It's going to serve you short term, but it's not going to fill up your engine, your fuel all the way again. My Feeling Good in Motherhood, though, that program helps you understand what your body needs when it's feeling a certain way, and then helps you learn how to respond to that with the right nutritional support, including vitamins, minerals, amino acid supplements. That's what we do in the program. So to assess all of your levels, all your feel-good engines, and get some really simple daily habits that you can really start doing like now, then take the mood checkup. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. My heart goes out to you if you are feeling the sadness this season, just having a hard time getting through emotionally. My heart goes out to you, and truly know that I'm praying for you. And never forget either that you are meant to feel good in motherhood. And I will see you next Thursday. Same place, same time. Invite your friends. I love you, Mama. Bye-bye.